Hello, good morning, warm welcome to your decoding of the ET Wealth newspaper. I'm Priyanka Bhatia from Women on Wealth. And today yet again we are decoding one important news article from the ET Wealth paper. So, the article that I'm going to talk about today is called Equal Exposure to Mid and Large Caps Can Be a Good Bet. Most of us, whenever I lead a session, and most new women who come to our community and explore Women on Wealth, they are mostly asking, okay, Priyanka, tell me, where should I invest? We think if somebody can tell us where we should invest, that's it. But that's a myth. Okay, it's a very, very big myth, and today I invite each one of you to break out of it in case you live in it. I am clear my students, my learners, my money gymmers and stock queens are not living in that bubble. But still, I know many, many women who are not touched by our work who continuously think that way. So today is an opportunity to go beyond where we should invest to how much should be invested where. So diversification, also known as asset allocation, is one of the important aspects when it comes to wealth creation. If you think that, you pick the right investments and that's it, there's nothing more you need to do, well, that's a big, big mistake. Because unless and until you measure how much you're diversifying where, it's not going to make a difference. So before I jump into this article, do acknowledge that you are around. You could be in India or outside, and it could be morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. So start typing according to your location, and most welcome everybody. Swati, Mukta, Yadu, Nima, Nihara, Ashima, Pooja, Kavneet. Good morning, my people. Warm, warm welcome. Hi, Sangeeta, Sapna. Good morning. Awesome. Everybody who's around, have you acknowledged your presence? If not, go for it now. Arokya, Preeti, good morning. Yes, I am here. I think that also is beautiful. Just saying I'm around. I'm around to make that 1% improvement in my money life. So let's begin. The article says that half and half allocation suits investors looking to build minimalistic portfolios. Caught in a bind regarding how much to allocate to large and mid caps at a given time. So equity mutual funds are of various kinds, right? Multi-cap, flexi-cap, large and mid-cap categories. And it is saying that outcomes will differ depending on what individual funds do. So would an equal split between large and mid caps make for a better proportion? So currently, tell me guys, what is the kind of proportion which is there in your investment portfolio? Let's make it really, really practical and useful. And if there is anybody who doesn't know the allocation, let me know that too. Okay? Just don't write anything. Go back to your worksheets in case you are our money gymmers and tell me what is the kind of asset allocation that exists between large, mid and small caps right now. Like you could measure it for stocks, you could measure it for mutual funds and tell me. Let's make it practical, right? That's the whole intention. Hi Ruchi, Meera, Divya, Prerna, Vandana. Good morning. Kaveri. Okay, Kaveri is driving and saying I'm right here. I like that. Pamlova, welcome. Okay, good, good. So let's start typing. What is the kind of asset allocation that you have in your portfolio right now? Like I can tell you, for me, it is in a way 60-40. 60% of my money is in large caps and 40% of my money is in mid and small caps. That's the kind of, that's the kind of allocation which is there in my stocks and mutual funds. Okay. Mukta is saying, I don't have my Excel sheet open. My portfolio is not open. Okay. But what's the rough estimate that you have? Okay, 60, 30, 10. Okay. Flexi stocks. I'm not sure, Yadu, what you're talking about. Okay. 60, 40 I get. That 60% of your money is right now in large caps. Okay. Nihara, since you are beginning, your current investment is only large cap. Got it. So you are 100% in large caps, right? Ashima, 100% in large caps as you've just started investing. Got it. And you've learned, so that's beautiful. So you need to wait for 2-3 years. Got it. Prachi, for you it's 90-10. Okay. Yeah, Swati, right now I'm talking about allocation. So 64 and say 36, right? Large and mid and small. Samprita. Yadu, you're not getting my question. My question is whether it's mutual funds or stocks, how much is there in large cap, mid cap, small caps? Okay, Kavneet 100% in large cap. Sangeeta 50-50, Saili 60-40. Meera 80-20, Bindu 100% large cap. 65 and 35 for you, Prerna. Swati 100% in large, Pooja 100% in large. Okay, Preeti 65 in large and 35 in mid and small. Got it. Got it. It just looks beautiful. Yeah. The allocations that you guys are talking about seems pretty decent to me. Okay. Okay. So now, there's something around allocation which is being shared in paragraph number 2. And here it is talking about Edelweiss AMC. So Edelweiss AMC is taking exactly this route which it is sharing. The fund house has launched Edelweiss Large and Mid Cap Index Fund based on Nifty Large Mid Cap 250 Index. So that's the benchmark for this fund. And this unique index allocates 50% of the total 100 listed companies by market cap, which are Nifty 100. So 50% of the money is invested in these Nifty 100 companies and 50% is in the next 150 companies. So Nifty Mid Cap 150 is where the next 50% allocation is. So the index affords static allocation to both large and mid caps with no bias towards either. So this is a departure from existing funds. It essentially overcomes the large cap tilt that comes with other diversified offerings such as flexi cap funds. So if you remember, I spoke about this flexi cap, tax saving, large cap, large and mid cap. Generally there's a huge tilt towards large cap. And it is talking about a 50-50 allocation given today's market as a good allocation. Okay. It's talking about another category of funds where they're saying the average allocation to large caps among these funds is currently 58%. So about 60% in large caps. Please start typing, guys. What are you getting? I am looking at more lines that I have underlined already for all of you. It's talking quite a lot about this Nifty Large Mid Cap 250 index, where it's saying that the index has an aggressive tilt taking your exposure to mid caps from around 15 to 20% in a typical flexi cap fund to 50%. And I think this is primarily because of the returns that mid caps and small caps have seen now, and that's where it's moving, right? That's where, so they're actually talking about changing allocation or using the fund allocation as per the market movement. The more I am interpreting this, the more I'm understanding this. This article seems to be, helping investors who want to move as per the market. That if the market is showing returns in the mid and the small cap, then I increase my allocation accordingly and, ride the wave and make more returns like that. But I'm not sure if I want to personally time my allocation like that. I mean, that's how it occurs for me. Because, for me, I always stay away from any kind of timing. And here it occurs to me like that the allocation is around timing. So time the allocation according to how the market is moving. So yeah, and that's not my style. My style is, the more confidence I have with my investments, the more returns I'm getting from my investments, the more I build allocation accordingly. Like, how in the beginning of my journey I picked certain number of stocks, and today I only hold an X number of them. I don't hold all the companies because I ended up decluttering a lot of them. All of them weren't the best. I could see that I could make money in other good quality companies that I did study. And that's how I kept moving. And it took me, initial 5-6 years of cluttering and decluttering to reach to a point where I saw that this was the portfolio that I would now like to persist with. I'm slowly now tilting more towards the mid cap, small caps, but that's not because the market is going that side, but because I can see the potential in the companies that, I'm invested in. So basically that's how I am taking my decisions. And, each one of you, I welcome you to kind of create your own way of thinking on how you would like to think to reach there. Okay, everybody please start typing. What are you getting? Keep typing alongside. Ruchi, you are 70-30. Hi, Riddhima, Sindhuri. Kavneet is saying it is talking about market movement, which is probably not how we think. Yeah, definitely not me. I'm not going to move towards that way of thinking. I want to stay away from this ride, because then, actually I follow the bottom up approach where I am looking at what are my investments, are they quality investments, best investments, and then I keep moving the allocation up and up accordingly. And of course, that allocation change is also dependent on a lot of reasons. Initially, I kept the allocation same. But then now with certain companies or certain funds where I have far more confidence, my allocation is far more. So that's how I'm thinking. Yeah. That's how I'm moving. Please start typing, guys. So, in the end, in this article, they are saying that, 50-50 is what their view is that the allocation should be. 50% large cap, 50% mid and small cap. And the blending is what's going to help you, tide over the volatility that exists with mid and small caps. And volatility is all the up and down in the market which happens. So tiding over that volatility and managing your allocation in that way, that is how this article is talking about. Ruchi is saying, I'm getting that it's going to take time to have a good portfolio. Yeah, Ruchi, this is not this is not फेविकॉल का जोड़ कि हम बिल्कुल फेविकॉल लगाएंगे और चिपक जाएगा एकदम, right? So yeah, over time everything gets built, but you got to begin your journey sooner than later. That is how it needs to happen. And I think the key is that you got to build your portfolio, because unless and until you do that, nothing shifts. Nihara, irrespective of the market movement, choosing the best companies based on study and investing according to goals would be better for me. Got it? I love what you're creating. Irrespective of the market movement, because this market will keep moving and different things will keep coming in. Will you just keep changing according to the market movement? It's going to be tough. So choosing the best companies based on study and investing according to the goals, according to your financial plan, is the key. Pooja is saying, I think it also depends on the risk capabilities you can afford. Ashima is saying, for me it sounds like I watch the mid and small cap for a few years and only then take a call. Sure. First, the foundation has to be built. So if, Ashima, you don't have the foundation which is built with strong large cap companies, then jumping to mid cap, small cap, I don't know how much sense it makes. Like, I did it that way, and I think I extremely benefited with that approach, where I built a very solid foundation with some large cap companies which gave me good returns. They continue to give me great returns till now. And then eventually, I made my move into mid and small cap. Yeah. But also, sometimes people tell me that, oh, Priyanka, you moved really slow. But then, you got to make your choice. Yeah. So that's my approach. I'm not telling you to follow it like really. But yeah, I think I am a slow mover like that. I also get that about myself. Sangeeta, blending is the key. If we have handpicked the funds, just stay put for a long run. Yeah, absolutely. Just staying put. Provided some fundamentals are changing and provided we really need to be doing something. Otherwise, there's really no point. Sangeeta, you could revisit and review. Sure. Absolutely. Preeti, too much movement, you think? Yeah, I think I just connected with what you created, Preeti. I think I am also not somebody who is a lot in action. I believe in less action now. I mean, once I've picked good investments, I don't need to act so much. Right now, that's how I think. I mean, over years, I kept buying month on month. Now I'm not even buying month on month. And I don't even see for my own self if there is a point of, too much movement. And I believe more in stability and more in boredom, because I think I've made more money by getting bored than by being in action. So over time, as I kept making finance more and more boring, I think my money multiplied. So I'm just, kind of connecting the dots with what all you're creating. Time horizon for mid caps completely depends on you, Samprita. Completely, it's your call. Like I said, I've been a slow mover. I've been the tortoise. And at least in my wealth creator circle, in my friends, and they say that, oh, you are the slow one. But I think I have taken time. Preeti saying, otherwise I would be constantly on the edge. Yeah, and we want to be peaceful. I want to be peaceful. I'm clear about that. So, yeah, like constantly I want to be peaceful and I want to feel safe. I think another driver for me is that I want to feel safe at all times. And when I pick good quality investments and I keep being invested in them and I don't do too much of movement, I just stay there. Yeah. Puneet is saying, I really love the thought of making more money in boredom. Actually, Puneet, you will notice when there is a lot of excitement, money is not made then. Money is made when you are bored. Because you're bored because, there is this space that you've reached that, okay, now you know what you're doing. It is so routine now. And because it has become such a routine that it no more excites you. And that's where money actually gets made. It's like when you are a couple of years into it. It's not a stage which will come right away. But yeah, a couple of years into it, and I highly recommend, if you're somebody who follows me, then I highly recommend that make finance boring. Yeah, build a system. If you've done the Money Gym system, then you know the system I'm talking about. Build that system into your life. Put finances on an autopilot. Make it boring. And then money gets made when you can just sit back. Ashima is saying, same here. I can't wait to be in that space of boredom. It's coming. It's coming, Ashima. If you can just stick around and persist, it's right here. For every money gymmer, it will come in about 5-6 years of practicing full on. I don't say that, you're going to practice, I'm not saying that you don't practice the Money Gym system fully and still it's going to happen. No. You got to put in your effort. It requires your full participation. Without that, it ain't happening. Kaveri is saying, so looking forward to being bored with a heart. Yes, Mukta. Got it. Yes, let's get bored, guys. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for flowing with me in this conversation. I kept creating all that which was showing up for me. Thank you for listening. And keep coming back. Keep coming back for making that 1% improvement in your money life, because that is what counts. 1% improvement each day will help us become 37 times better. Pamlova, gonna be bored soon? Let's look forward to that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ashima. Loads of love, everyone. Take charge, stay safe. And now I see you on Thursday for my Investment Mastery series. Thank you, Arokya. Bye-bye.